How you doing?
Good, how's it going?
Want to come in and get a better picture?
Can we? What exactly is this?
This is our traffic control center for the area.
Huh.
You want one?
What?
Where are you guys with?
We're with Kate's.
With whom?
Kate's?
Who's that? Kate's.
The Kate's Institute.
Oh, okay.
So what exactly is all this?
Oh, this is Big Brother watching you.
I know.
You guys are with Kate's. This is our traffic monitoring, just to make sure traffic's flowing well through the city and our detection's working. It saves us the trouble of going out into the field and having to try to troubleshoot out there. You know, by the time we go out and troubleshoot it, usually something, you know, we've wasted 15, 20 minutes of our time just driving out there, so we can do some initial troubleshooting from in here.
Are there cameras at every intersection? Or
We have about 50 cameras throughout the NPO.
What's NPO?
Metropolitan Planning Organization, not political. So we're in the Dixie MPO, which includes Santa Clara, Ivins, Washington, Hurricane, Laverton, and Leeds.
So are these like the ones that are online, like at Little Valley Fields? And
No, these are actually part of UDOT's network. UDOT Traffic Operations Center. All of our information is well tied in together.
so is
So
any
we
of
kind of work in partnership with UDOT.
is any of this used for like issuing citations, or is
No.
it just for
We-
regulatory?
No, just for visual. We don't even record, so it's just streaming. So if you go to utahcommuterlink.com,
right.
you can actually get a snapshot of these cameras.
And those cameras zoom?
Yes, some of them do.
So if there was an auto accident or something,
Uh-huh.
you wouldn't even, you might see it, but the video would be lost?
Yeah, I'd never be able to see it. I couldn't go back and see it if I tried. So if you go to Utah Commuter Link, or commuterlink.utah.gov, you go to cameras. It's part of this whole statewide network. This is the Wasatch Front area.
And that's when they show their morning traffic reports on the news.
Exactly. Yep. So these are all tied to that same system throughout the state. So if you look, we've got thousands of cameras all over the state. So we can monitor traffic, make sure things are going okay. We also are tied into, we have national weather stations within the region, so we can see when the ice is falling on the roads. So they use it for determining when to send out the plows. Actually saves the state a lot of money. And with this technology, they can say, okay, the temperature is only at X, so we don't need to send out a scraper truck. It gives us a good visualization.
Is there anything that would keep law enforcement from having access to this?
Our law enforcement, they have turn down my rock and I'll use some sound. Our law enforcement does. Actually, the Department of Public Service, Public Safety actually has an office in the Traffic Operations Center in Salt Lake City. So they have a visual. This is all tied in. Whatever UDOT can see in Salt Lake, they can see down here. We just share information back.
So do they record it?
No.
Or do you know?
They don't do any recording either. No recording.
Can they record, but they just don't?
You can plug in a VCR to one of our feeds and record if you want to. If we have to do a traffic setting, we can do that. Like if we see something happening operationally, say for example, somebody calls and says, hey, the detector's not working at 4 o'clock in the morning when I go to work, I work graveyard shift or whatever. They can actually set it up for 4 o'clock in the morning and actually see what's happening. Instead of sending a guy up there at 4 o'clock in the morning, we can record, but we don't keep a continuous stream of what's happening. It's just way too much data. We don't have that kind of data storage, nor somebody to come in here and just watch it all day long. But yeah, there's ARWA stations, which are...
The Department of Public Safety, is that the same as the folks that govern the Highway Patrol?
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're all Department of DPS, Public Safety. They're all Highway Patrol, all law organizations in the state.
Does anybody on a federal level have access to the videos?
I don't know if Federal Highways has an office in our Traffic Operations Center or not. a DPS.
So is this just, if you know, is this just something that's set up with the metropolitan areas, or do they go to the smaller towns too?
Like I said, if you go to the commuter link, you can see all the locations. There's cameras in Heber City, in Leeds on I-15. There's some out in the Dixie Cache National Forest watching SRET or 1AT out there in the out by Bryan Head. Once again, they use that information so they can mostly so they can dispatch snowplows when
Right.
they need it.
Right.
It's a time saver for our snowplow. Yeah, they're all over. There's Beaver. There's a ton of cameras. If you want, like I said, if you want to go to commuterlink.utah.gov, you can find all this information.
So if you go to the commuter link that you're talking about, can you actually look at the video, or is that,
No.
it'll just tell
It's
you
just
where
stills.
the cameras are?
Yeah, once again, that's a lot of bandwidth. It'll tell you where the cameras are. You just get a still image of it, which is what you're seeing. Up some of the cameras, it needs some.
So if I was driving from St. George to Salt Lake today, in theory, you could follow me all the way up with a live video feed.
Not really, yeah, no. Not really. It'd be kind of difficult to know exactly where you're at, your speed, if you stopped, or a candy bar, or whatever.
Right.
I mean, there's not cameras the whole way up, but at certain, looks to me like when you get up north, there probably would be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a ton of in the Wasatch Front. Yeah, so you got them all up I-15, all the major streets, University Parkway, State Street, and Orem, just tons. A lot of people going and keeping us maintained going. It's a great tool for us. I mean, in the last